From the words of Mother Teresa, many people are concerned with the children of India and Africa, where many die from disease, starvation, and poverty. Many people are also concerned about the violence going on in the U.S. today. These concerns are good, but it's often these same people who are not concerned with the millions being killed every day by the deliberate decision of their own mothers. And this is the greatest destroyer of peace today, abortion, which brings people to such blindness. Hello, my name is Darnold, and today I will be talking to you about why I believe that abortion should not be legalized in Oklahoma, and also what the true value of life is. If we can accept a mother to kill her own child, how can we tell others not to kill others? I have grown up hearing both sides of the argument of abortion, and I can once say that I thought abortion was okay in some situations. But in the past couple of years, and throughout my research to do my speech, I have come to the belief and conclusion that no matter how you look at abortion, it's wrong and it's murder. My research has included reading many articles from many different men and women, some of whom which disagreed with abortion and some who supported it. In my speech, I will be discussing life in the womb, how our society today views abortion, why it's wrong, and another method you can use other than abortion. I think our first question could be, is life in the womb really considered life? Well, I think we can first look at a medical view of life in the womb. And I was reading this article on a website from a doctor in New Hampshire who listed everything that happens inside the mother's womb to the fetus from conception to birth. And on day one, which is conception, this is what he says. Conception, day one. Of the 200 million, sperm that try to penetrate the mother's egg cell, only one succeeds. At that very moment, a new and unique individual is formed. All of the inherited features of this new person are already set, whether it's a boy, a girl, color of the eyes, the hair, dimples in the cheeks, or a cleft of the chin. He or she may be smaller than a grain of sugar, but the instructions are present for all that this person will ever become. As you can see, life begins at the moment of conception, not at birth. And I was looking at some images on the computer, and I just wanted to show you a few to prove to you that life is in fact in the womb. So let me show you these. And this is a baby that's still in the mother's womb, and you can see the foot of the child on her stomach. And this one is actually an aborted child, but you can see that he or she has eyes, nose, a mouth, hands, and feet. And there's also this one, which was another aborted child, who clearly has eyes, nose, mouth, feet, etc. Obviously, there is life in the womb. And in those images, if you can't see that those are human beings, then what are they? I mean, I think that's the only question we have left. Some of the top reasons today that women have abortions include afraid of being judged, unable to support a child, abortion is legal, or maybe an unplanned pregnancy, pressure from your parents or father of the child. But the number one most accepted reason for abortion is rape. Abortion is in fact the killing of a human being, and is something we must not legalize in Oklahoma. And since rape is one of the number one reasons for abortion, I just kind of wanted to give you an example from that point of view why abortion is still wrong. I read that pregnancy from rape is extremely rare, actually, and reasons for legalizing, I believe that reasons for legalizing abortion in Oklahoma, even in cases of rape or incest, are nothing more than being justified by emotional screams by those profiting from abortion. But even though the victim has been raped and has been traumatized, I believe that we must approach the victim with a lot of compassion. A woman with rape has been subjected to unfair traumatization and has been the victim of a violent act. But even though she's been traumatized in such ways, emotionally and physically, should it still be okay for us to allow her to respond by the killing and getting rid of an innocent child? Unquestionably, many would agree. Even though I believe that would be a very tough subject, and it would be really hard to answer that question unless you were actually in that situation. But I believe that even though completing a rape pregnancy could be one of the most difficult decisions a woman could ever make, I still believe that there are other methods that she can use to support the life of the child. Even though abortion is probably the #1 go-to for rape victims, I hope that every woman, not even if you've just been raped, but every woman who has ever considered abortion, to consider this method, which is adoption. Adoption, I agree with 100%, because #1, it's pro-life, and adoption is always an option. I believe reasons for why women should turn to adoption would include it's a good choice for a woman who's perhaps just can't support her child for some reason, whether it be she's too young, doesn't have the money, or whatever other reason. But I also believe that it is good because their child would be raised in a two-parent family. And also, a very important one is that adoption is a gift of a child to another family that perhaps can't conceive. And #1, it is a way to support the life of your child. There are many adoption agencies in Oklahoma, and a few of them that I found over the internet were called, one of them was called Christian Services of Oklahoma, It's All About Love, and Dillon International Incorporated. So I would ask that any women who have ever considered abortion, please consider adoption first. Now that you know a little bit more about adoption and other methods and how our society today views abortion, I still want to reiterate that abortion is indeed the killing of an innocent child, and it's justified by selfish reasons. The value of a fetus's life in the womb is just as great as we view our own. And I hope that you have enjoyed my speech, and I know that some of you may disagree, which is okay because we can all have our own point of views. But I hope that you have at least come to the understanding of why many people support pro-life. And I hope that you now feel the same. I hope that you can help us support the lives of human beings that cannot fend for themselves. And as we are told by Dr. Seuss, a person is a person no matter how small.